home, I never lock the trunk. So, first step of driving safely is ensure that your trunk is closed.
And you have on your seatbelt.
Next step to that is ensure you have on a seatbelt.
So put on your seatbelt.
For those who are driving. Alright, so my name is Devarro.
And I'm Kanil.
Yeah.
So today we decided to just do like a vlog type video, discussion type video as well. It's Saturday, we're heading to East End to shoot some stuff for GYD, which is Global UK for Adventist folks who would know and identify with that. So I came up with the idea because I've been noticing in the churches that a lot of kids have been just zoning out on their gadgets and stuff, Devarro. And I decided, yo, church versus tech. What are your views? Good or bad? Now, both of us being in the same field, basically, we would be inclined to say good. Because we don't want to be seen as if we are in the field that is evil to the church.
True.
So, tech has become like fire now. It's good and it's bad. It can cook your meal, it can warm you, it can do so much good things for you, but then it can destroy.
True.
So, from my standpoint, that is what tech is like in the churches.
I mean, but my thing on anything really is that you have to do everything in moderation. You have to try to balance how you use whatever it is that you're using. And technology is no different. You know?
Yeah.
One of the positives about... Alright, so I think we can go into do like one positive, one negative, one positive, negative.
One positive, one negative. Yeah. We created a list, so if you see us looking on our phone, basically a list, which I should not be reading.
No, you I will look at the list. I will look at the list.
And we discuss it.
Yeah, and we discuss it. Alright, so first on the list is we're at the stoplight. Yeah. First on the list we have good things that tech can do is boost presentations. Now basically the notes that we have is to say that presentation softwares can provide a great way to visually convey information that otherwise may seem dull or dry.
That's true, because in the world, we have to just acknowledge that we are in a technological age. There's no two way about it. We are already in the age. Everybody has already been tuned to be easily bored.
Yeah.
And therefore you have to now try to keep up with the times.
Yeah.
Gone are the days when somebody just stands in the pulpit and just preach everything right through. That person has to be very dynamic and very interesting to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So therefore they create presentations on screen, stuff to illustrate what they are talking about, and that kind of grabs interest from both young and old.
Also, because of the same devices and technology, how do I put this? The time span in terms of back in the day, you could actually sit and listen to somebody just talk and you would lose focus because that's what you were used to. Now we have shorter time spans, which we can actually blame technology for. But one way to actually...
I laugh about back in the day, because I say you're so young, you have to about back in the day.
No, yeah, back in the day.
Last year?
Not last year. Back in the day would be when I was much younger.
Because I never had a problem with anybody telling me to turn off my phone in church. Yeah, I never had a phone.
Yeah, I never had a phone.
Exactly. My first phone was an Ericsson. Way back.
Sony Ericsson. So history lesson as well, guys. So
yeah.
You don't know what that is, you can go look it up. But yeah, you were saying
the Sony Ericsson with the flip over the buttons. That's it. You know that one?
Yes, that's a... I don't want to say it's a very old one. It's a very... Wait, it's a retro phone. Let's look at it that time.
We had that phone. Anyways, so yeah, presentations help to make sermons or presentations more interesting for folks to watch, and that's a good thing.
Alright, so we have one negative as addiction.
Yes, folks can be addicted to technology, and I almost got addicted to technology.
Almost.
I started my Instagram feed, and trust me, you get so addicted to checking that feed every single minute. You want to see how much people like your post. You want to see how many people following you or commenting, and every single minute you start checking the phone. I remember I was watching a interview done by a girl who was addicted to technology. She was actually addicted to Facebook, and she would check her phone at least 2 times every minute. And while the guy was talking to her, she was able to respond, but she would be checking her phone.
Yeah.
And the moment he took away that phone from her, she could not respond. She was like a crack addict. She was like itching and twiddling her thumbs and couldn't find what to touch. Wow. And she couldn't respond. She couldn't think, because her brain was just like, I wonder, it's 1 minute now without my phone. It's 2 minutes now without my phone. I wonder who is texting me. Who is? And it was just, I was like, really?
Probably if I were to add to that, I probably could say that I am somewhat addicted. Because for those who know me, I always have my phone in my left hand. Okay. The only time I don't have my phone in my left hand is when I'm using the left hand to do something.
Case in point.
Case in point. Case in point. My phone is always in my left hand. And sometimes even when I'm driving, I'm still holding on to the phone. And as soon as I make a stop at the stop sign or stop at the stoplight, kind of glance down, you know, just check to see if anything has been happening. But yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, we have to do everything in moderation. You get me? And being addicted to technology, I don't think it's really a good thing. It's not a good thing for us, or not a good thing for our young people. Because at the same time, we want them to be able to focus in society and to be able to focus on other aspects of life and not just on the technology.
Yeah, because I think that a lot of young folks are growing up without just the experience of going outside and climbing a tree, kicking a ball.
Matter of fact, there was a situation of this lecture that I had when I was in college. Her sons were at the office. No, we were at the house. And they were like from Xbox to tablet to whatever else, anything with a screen. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why you guys don't go outside and play or something? And they were looking at me like, outside? You know, like, why would you be sending us outside?
Punishment.
Yeah, that's the kind of level of locked away from reality that will actually come with technology if you're not careful.
But there was actually this story on the news that had some parents in Asia or some faraway country that actually their child starved to death while they were playing a virtual game and growing another child on it.
Wow.
And their physical child actually starved to death. So they were so addicted to this virtual game. And there's a lot of stories about people getting addicted to virtual games, that they are living this other life. In the game, they're a movie star or some rock star, and they actually live their whole lives within that virtual environment. Go broke, lose job, all type of stuff happen to them because they're just locked away in that.
Alright guys, so please, addicted to technology, try not to find yourself in that category as we try to move on to the next positive. Yeah. And one of the other positives of church versus tech is that you can cut down on printing materials.
Yeah.
Because people have so many devices, whether it is an iPad, a smartphone, iPhone. There are so many devices you can actually cut down on printed material that you would actually distribute.
Yeah, and we stress the word cut down because you have some folks who are definitely not going to get a smartphone because they have some type of phobia or some type of theory about it. So, but yeah, you could, for things that you are printing weekly in your church or daily or just for information, you can cut down on printing material because you can literally send those out via WhatsApp, you can send those out via email, you can put it on your website if you have one. So there are multiple ways to get information instantly to other folks in the church.
And I would encourage people to actually use WhatsApp. You know, my my motto is, if I'm about to call somebody, can I send this to them in a message?
Yeah.
You know, save time, save credit. Alright, so that was one positive, one negative. One negative would be laziness. Spending too much time with technology can bring about laziness. Laziness, tech versus the church, right? So how technology can actually bring about laziness. Now, leading up to, let's say you have a particular task you need to do, like Sabbath school lesson, right? Now, because you need to do the Sabbath school lesson, you would go days in the week, you would actually go through the lesson, you know, ensure you have the main points that you want to bring out. So you actually prepare ahead.
Yeah.
To actually deliver the Sabbath school lesson.
Yeah.
Now, in the case now of using technology and showing how it can bring about laziness, you don't have to bother with that. You just wait till Sabbath morning, go on Google and say, alright, the 3 points of the lesson for whatever. And then you walk with that and you come to church and you deliver. And then you won't be able to deliver as how you would had you been prepared or actually done the study.
So therefore, the laziness would not affect you spiritually as well.
Right.
Because you're not growing spiritually by studying the lesson and internalizing it and being able to present it back in a way that you believe, because you know when you're presenting you have to believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
But therefore no, you're taking somebody else's points and coming and presenting those and it's weak points, but you don't know because you haven't studied the lesson for yourself.
And funny enough, sometimes, you know, when you are able to relate to a particular thing, you bring out a point that somebody else wouldn't have been able to bring out because of an experience that you may have had.
Yeah.
And you never can tell how that experience, somebody in the Sabbath school class may be going through the very same thing.
Yeah.
And then just because you mentioned it, you know, you encourage that person in a way that they couldn't have been encouraged if it was from the sermon. Just saying.
One of the points on laziness too is that you will not be able to find certain things as readily because you're using technology to find it.
Okay.
So you're not studying the Bible as you should. And I think that's one of the points that was on it, but I'm jumping the gun. Is that most people don't know the Bible now. They don't know where, if you give them a Bible, a physical Bible, they can't find the verse. They do not internalize the verse or memorize it because they think that they'll always have their phone to pop out, find that verse, Google it, verse that says this, that. They're not saying Romans 3 verse, whatever. Or they be able to recite.
Alright, so I'll throw this question out to you. In terms of one positive in church versus tech, social media.
Social media is excellent for churches, and I tell you why. The aim of the church is to spread the gospel. And if you're in a very small, or to some people, a very small country, you need channels that you can use to send these messages out. So social media would be a couple of channels right there that you could use: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. to send out messages all over the world,
Yeah.
so that people can actually be blessed by it, be changed by it, be converted by it. So social media is really excellent for churches.
So social media can be used as a tool to reach a global audience versus being limited to your physical location.
Yeah.
Along with that, social media actually provides the opportunity for instant feedback. Because if, for example, we're streaming a particular sermon and somebody heard something in the sermon that wasn't too clear to them, and they might say, alright, let me look these guys up on Twitter, send an instant message to say, you know, the speaker mentioned this a few minutes ago, but what exactly did he mean? You know, I don't think he really, whichever way, whether it is that he didn't explore too much or they just didn't get it. No, it provides instant feedback because you seeing that message, you can reply literally immediately to somebody, and who to tell, that may just be a converting point for that person.
Yeah.
Maybe by the end of the sermon, they'll be like, I have converted. I want to be a Christian. Just say.
Yep.
So social media gives us the opportunity to reach a wider audience, and it also gives us the opportunity for instant feedback.
Yeah.
Do we want to show the negative for social media as well in terms of church versus tech?
Yeah. What's the negative?
Only one negative could be that we may be on social media while we are in church.
Exactly.
And not being able to grasp what is actually happening.
And not even concentrating on what's happening or what is being said. You are there checking your Twitter feed about some other conversation that you shouldn't even be having at that point in time. Right? You will lose out on what is being said, because a well-known preacher says that when he preaches one sermon to the audience, he's preaching 1,000, because everybody is getting something different from that sermon.
Yeah.
Everybody has a particular sentence that is for them, or a particular portion of the sermon that is for them. Imagine if out of the whole sermon you are only going to get one sentence, and that sentence comes at a time when your phone goes off. Then you miss that sentence.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll have to make sure that you're basically paying attention enough to get that sentence that is for you. Right? So social media can be a big distraction if not managed properly.
Yeah. Actually, I really want to touch on this one because I've been thinking about it a lot. It's really another negative. And it says, tech versus church. Technology can bring about the potential to sin.
Yeah.
Right? And here it says, I'm not sure if our opportunities to sin have increased with technology, or we're simply more aware of them. But take Facebook for example. It can prompt jealousy and envy, pride, lust, gossip, etc. What do you think about that?
And for a long time, right now I don't have a personal Facebook page. I have a Facebook page that goes with my YouTube channel, which is IT DAT. So plug in there. Devarro probably has his. You have a personal Facebook page, right?
Yeah, I have a personal Facebook page.
My opinion about Facebook was that people have Facebook to show off.
Yeah.
I have a car, snap, share. I dress this way today, snap, share. Right? That was what I thought Facebook was for. Then the other thing was that people started to watch people's Facebook feed and around their house. Because people were always like, oh, I'm such and such a place now, share. So people would say, okay, you're such and such a place, you're not reaching back within the next hour, so they go and they rob your house.
Yeah.
Things like that. So it was not really saying I would not have a Facebook account because of those reasons. And therefore, I guess some people have it and then they're seeing their friends with this and friends with that, and they're getting jealous, and they start to covet. That's the biblical word. They start covet other people's stuff and then try to work towards that instead of working towards God.
What we need to understand is that we all have our different journeys. We all have different obstacles that we are going to face. So not because you see somebody on Facebook being flashy, it doesn't mean that they aren't going through anything. Plus, you don't know what the person is going through, why they even have that in the first place.
Yeah, and the gossip part about it is that people will actually start gossips. People will actually say, oh, I saw so-and-so doing so-and-so. And it was just a photo.
Yeah.
And they created a whole story around it.
And
then that is now sent out. I mean, people have to understand the power of social media as well, in terms of there are companies that when you apply for a job, they check your social feed.
Yeah.
Right? So they want to see if your type of lifestyle or whatever you are putting out there lines up with what they want people to see from their company. You have to understand that social media can be a detriment to some people if not used properly. Alright. So positive. Alright.
One positive about church versus them. Why do I keep repeating church versus them?
I like the phrase, man. If you make a challenge, look at that. Church versus tech.
Alright, one positive is that churches can actually have an increase in visitors through their website.
Yeah.
To a revamped website or just building a website.
Mm-hmm.
For example, somebody going to a new country. I won't bring my YouTube channel.
Plug in your YouTube channel.
But for example, somebody going to a new country and wanting a church to visit, you know, they can always go on Google and punch it in X church in whatever area, or churches in Georgetown, churches in East End, just to have a feel of, you know. So that's one positive of technology right there.
Yeah, and I get that all the time whenever folks visit the Cayman Islands, because we are at the headquarters. We do get emails saying so and so will be visiting in 2 weeks, and they want to know which church is near this particular location where they're staying, so they can go to church. And it's just a common thing, right? But they would not have gotten that information if you never had a website.
Yeah.
Right? So that is a great thing. A church needs a website. You need to get your name out globally. On
the list of negatives, we have time wasting, or the wasting of time. Nielsen recently revealed the extent of time spent on Facebook and how this is increasing.
So Facebook is excellent for what it's made to be used for, and it's good to use it for the gospel. But on the other hand, people are now wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, because really and truly, Facebook can be used to be more efficient and productive.
The thing with Facebook, people just go on there just to check something and end up scrolling, watching, and then what? 3 hours gone.
And then to tie that back in with the church, that time could have actually been used for a Bible study.
Yeah.
Or to prepare that Sabbath school lesson that you're supposed to be conducting on Sabbath morning.
Exactly. Or to even study your Sabbath school lesson so you can participate. All the time. Because trust me, if you were supposed to, and I mean, I have a app video to come out about time or scheduling of your time and different apps that you can use to actually keep in line with time.
Another YouTube plug.
You know I'm plug people here.
No, it's alright. I'm fine.
I leave those instructions on the screen because he doesn't want to talk about it. And I'm sure when you go to his channel and watch it, you will see that he went into YouTube mode when he talked about if you're coming from another country and you're whatever. You'll see that part.
YouTube plug. But yeah.
Another positive.
Alright, another positive is the giving electronically to the church.
Yes. And that can be a big thing because you have people do go on vacations. People do leave and go to other countries. And people can sometimes just hear your sermons and want to donate to your church or to your ministry.
Yeah.
And electronic giving is just another way that they can do that. You know, they can be anywhere in the world and decide, hey, I'm going to now donate such amount of money to this person. You have people who will literally not remember, air quotes, to pay the tithe, and it's more just convenient.
They don't have to remember.
It's more convenient for them to just plug in the card number and pay it.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a great advance for churches to implement that. That goes hand in hand with your website, because you have to have somewhere that you put in that payment platform.
Definitely. Alright, so I noticed that you had information overload on the list of negatives.
Yes.
Sorry, but how exactly can I have information overload? And how is that a negative? So,
Somebody goes and Google something, right? So they will definitely get too much information where I'll say 50% of that information can be false. So if they are now getting information that is false, then therefore is information overload. Or they get so much information, the presentation that they are making now becomes very drab and long because they are trying to pack all of this information into it.
yeah.
I'm reversing that, that's what I'm looking kind of weird.
Yeah, please look where it should be.
So I'll probably look at it this way. Information overload can also be the same YouTube thing. You go to watch one content, and because there's so much information coming at you, you stay there and waste a bunch of time watching all of this other content. So you're just overloading and taking over your time.
And then you end up confused because you're not sure what you had set out to do.
Exactly. We're at the Global Youth Day pre-launch, where we came to get some footage and to see what's going on, and we will catch up back with you all, or probably do some B-roll so they can see what's going on.
Yeah, we can do some B-roll so they can see what's
so
going on.
you'll see it at the end of this video, or the latter part.
Yeah, the phone I carry to it.
Well, yeah, you catch us checking our feeds. I joke. We're just setting back the cameras to start recording. So that was it. Global Youth Day pre-launch. They did this launch in order to get video footage and to get a feel for what it would be like next week. So they will be doing it bigger and better. So imagine that you saw times 1,000. So we're heading back down to town. Drop off Devarro, coming out of the far east, which is not so far from most people who live in a bigger country, but it's still our 15-20 minutes drive.
Yeah.
Within the speed limit. You can take it shorter outside of the speed limit, but we don't recommend that. Oh, we didn't touch on live streaming as a good
live streaming.
Yeah. Streaming, as I said before, the aim of the church is to get the message out. So live streaming is an excellent way to get your message out. It's funny that there's a company that does live stream and the name of it is live stream. So by no means we're plugging live stream, or we're not being paid by live stream to say live stream. How much time is a live stream? That's not.
You're just encouraging churches to live stream.
Yeah.
Or to stream live.
Stream live.
Stream live.
Right? Stream live. So yeah, churches live streaming, getting the word out. Obviously it's going to cost you some money to get the stream and the device and all of those stuff ready. But it's a good way to get the message out. Just streaming. If somebody's in the hospital and didn't get to go to church today, somebody is anywhere in the world on vacation, they can still see what their home church is doing. So definitely live streaming is an excellent way to get your church out there, as well as once you have your website, you put that on your website so people know where to go to find the live stream. So,
live stream is also a way to build like a community sense online, because most times, well not most times, a good way to push your stream is through social media. So live streaming the service or the event, you will also have a set of people who will look out for your live stream or whenever you're streaming, and that will build kind of a community around the church. To know that every time a particular church is streaming, a particular set of group, a particular set or a group of people will join in to see what's happening or what's going on. We have offer technology classes as a positive.
So offering the technology classes, this is how the church can do outreach.
Okay.
Giving back to the community. If you have, because what you'll end up having is that you'll end up having a lot of, or not say a lot, but you'll end up having some technical person in your church that is geared or that has a professional background in technology. That person might not be the person that is preaching or presenting or doing all these stuff. Most of the time they'll be in the background. So another way to utilize that person is to have them do like a course or some type of training to the community, so that folks will be able to learn technology as well as the church would use it as an outreach tool to speak to these individuals when the wider community is not so tech savvy. It's good to give back in that way. So that's a main positive thing.
And really, remember that the church is quote unquote supposed to cater to the needs of the community. at the end of the day, church is supposed to show love. In order to show love, you have to cater to the needs of the person. So if knowledge is what the community needs, then provide it. Food is what the community needs, provide it.
Everybody can agree. Technology can be good. It can be bad. Use it properly. It can enhance in ways that you would never dream. Use it poorly, and it can destroy. Yeah,
Definitely.
Devarro, thanks for coming. You can get out here.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll get out as soon as we get back to where I came in.
Yes, so people, this will be going on my YouTube channel. I don't know if Devarro wants to tag it on his, but if you want to check out Devarro's channel,
Another YouTube blog.
Devarro, tell them what the name of your channel.
It's alright. As seen from the beginning of this video until now, Devarro's YouTube channel is not relevant. You get me? It's all about Kanye's YouTube channel. So guys, visit Kanye's YouTube channel, which you're probably on there already. Subscribe to the channel.
You're watching this.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you're on there already. Subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos. And maybe, if he feels generous, there will be a link in the description to my YouTube channel.
There will be a link in the description. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it myself because I have full control of my channel. So I will link it to his channel. You can go over there and show him some love.
Yeah, well, respect.
Alright everybody, so we'll see you, or you'll see us next time. Can't tell you when, but next time.
Next time.
Peace! You can't stop it recording.